quiz endings, present tense, Spanish 1. What you're doing here is you're figuring out the AR ending for the subject you in number 1. Look over here at this chart, okay? This chart. You have AR verbs, you have ER verbs, you have IR verbs in Spanish. All you have to do is tell me what ending for what person. So for number 1, AR ending for the subject you. There's you, AS. That's your ending. Number 2, AR ending for the subject you formal. There's you formal, AR ending, ah. AR ending for the subject John and I. John and I is the same thing as saying we. So let's look for the subject we. Here's we, AR ending right there, almost. AR ending for the subject he. Here's AR ending, he, letter A. AR ending for the subject Rebecca. Rebecca is a she, so it's going to be the same row. So she, over here to AR, ah. IR ending for the subject you. Here's the IR verbs, the IR endings. Subject you, come over here, it's ES. IR ending for the subject Carlos and I. Carlos and I is the same thing as saying we. So here's we, IR ending, emos. IR ending for the subject I. Here's the subject I. Notice that all of the endings for the subject I is an O. ER ending for the subject you formal. Here's the ER column, you formal. There it is, the letter E, pronounced E. AR ending for the subject you and John. You and John, that's the same thing as saying you plural, or we're in the South, so it's okay, y'all. So here's you plural. You and John, that's you plural for AR. There it is, on. ER ending for the subject you plural. ER, you plural, N. AR ending for the subject we. Here's we, AR, amos. IR ending for the subject you plural. Here's you plural, IR, N. IR ending for the subject Dale and John. Well, that's the same thing as saying they. Dale and John is they. So here's they, here's IR, so N. AR ending for the subject you all, you plural. AR, on. ER ending for the subject I. Here's ER, here's I. Notice again, all of the endings for the subject I is the letter O. IR ending for the subject we. Here's we, IR endings, emos. AR ending for the subject they. Here's they, AR, on. ER ending for the subject you. Here's you, ER, S. ER ending for the subject you and I. That's the same thing as saying we. So we, ER ending, emos. ER ending for the subject Greg and Doug. That's the same thing as saying they. Greg and Doug would be they. So they, ER, N. And the ER ending for the subject you and George. You and George is the same thing as saying y'all, or you plural, however you want to think of it. So you and George, you plural, ER, N. And that concludes our quiz.